Hey guys! So today I am going to be testing out my theory that if we mix pearlescent powder with a little bit of black paint, that we can make our own silver. With that, I'm going to use it as a background and do an open cut pour with these three colors. I have Jacquard, it's Lumiere paint. It's a light body metallic acrylic. I use this in the Halo Blue Gold a lot, and this is the first time I've used this particular color, but I'm looking forward to it because it's really beautiful. I'm going to use that, this Tommy Art English Blue, and then the Amsterdam Greenish Yellow. I'm going to mix that with Floetrol and a little bit of GAC 800 just to add a little bit of extra gloss to it. And then we'll get going from there. I'm going to go ahead and get all this stuff mixed together and kind of test it out. I'm going to put this on high speed so it won't you won't have to watch it as long as it's probably going to take me. But I'll get all this mixed together and I'll see you when we start pouring. Okay guys, a quick explanation of what I'm doing. First thing, I measured out the Floetrol and the GAC into cups. The 3 for the colors and a larger amount for the silver base. If you watched my color mixing guide review video, you may remember that I mentioned the silver paints I had were all labeled as mica and black pigment. With this in mind, I propose that we should be able to mix pearlescent powder with a black acrylic paint and create our own silver color. If you missed that video, I'll leave a link in the description for you to check out. So that's what I'm doing here. The pearlescent powder is one that I've had for about 6 years. It's just a standard white pearl powder. I believe I got this one from Michael's around the soap making and clay tools. I mixed the pearl powder with a little bit of GAC 800 to get the clumps out. I found this handy little mixing tool that it really makes mixing a lot easier. It's a little battery-powered paint mixer, typically used for those little tester's bottles of paint. I also ended up using quite a bit of gloss gel medium to give my mixture more body. It was way too thin on its own for what I had in mind. If you want to try to make your own silver mix, only add a small amount of black paint. It doesn't take much at all to start tinting the pearl powder. As I'll explain in a minute, I also ended up using acrylic ink instead of the heavier body of paint. This also had the advantage of being a semi-opaque black instead of a purely opaque color. The rest of the colors I just mixed with the Floetrol and GAC mixture and added gel medium as needed. I also decided to use 4 drops of Minwax pre-stain in each color instead of silicone oil. Alright guys, I am back and I have everything mixed. This is how our silver turned out. I ended up doing quite a bit of the pearlescent powder and about 4 drops of Liquitex. Let's see, which one was it? The Liquitex Carbon Black ink, the acrylic ink. I decided that was going to be easier to control how much I was using instead of the heavier body acrylic, and I was right. So that was a lot easier to just add it drop by drop. I ended up only adding 4 drops of the black to it, and that's what we ended up with. I also put in some of the Liquitex Gloss Gel Medium to thicken it up. I did that with the other colors as well because they weren't thick enough. But this is what we ended up. Here's the English Blue, the Grape, and the Yellowish Green. Alright. Since I only have 3 colors, I think I'm going to use the smaller cookie cutter and let them build up more on top of each other instead of spreading out into a bigger one. So I am going to go ahead and pour down my base and then get to pouring. Since I probably didn't make enough to quite fully cover this canvas like this, I'm just going to spread it out a little bit and then do our cup. And when we go to stretch it, hopefully we'll have enough. So I'm just going to kind of wet these edges for when we do start moving it around. That'll make it easier for everything to go over. There we go. Just kind of center that back in there. All right. And I think I'm going to use the fluted side down. Let's start right here in this corner and start layering them in. I think I'm going to do purple, blue, and then the green. I think we need to take the torch to it a little bit and see if that exposes anything. Okay. I'm going to pour the rest of this silver on here and then we'll stretch it out. going to get these edges coated and make sure everything's nice and neat. Then I'm going to torch it one more time. Well, there we have it. I'm not real sure how much it's going to shift from here, but I'll bring it back to you whenever it's all dried. I'm going to try my hardest not to play with anything. I just kind of want to see how it dries on its own, but I can see all these shadows of color underneath the silver, and my heart wants to swipe it, but I'm not going to. We're going to leave it like that. All right. I will let this dry and then we can look at it. All right, here we have it the next day. It's dried to the touch, but of course not fully cured. If you're new to pouring, try to give your paintings at least a few weeks to be 100% cured before you add any varnish or resin. Even though it feels dry, it still needs close to a month to fully release any moisture it's holding on to. This painting ended up being a good one to show you guys an example of paint transparencies as well. You can see the shadows of color under the silver. Remember when I said that the acrylic ink was a semi-opaque color? If we would have used the opaque black like I had originally intended, we most likely would not have gotten this effect. The carbon black ink allows more light to pass through, allowing it to reach the underlying colors. This was the first time I tried using Minwax in place of silicone in a Floetrol pour. I use it all the time to make my bloom pour cell activators, and I've been talking to people that have had success with the combination, so I figured, why not? I think that it gave some pretty beautiful cell action. The bright green poking through is intense against the mix of blue and purple. I think that the silver came out quite nice, and I'm betting that it's going to look even better once I get a layer of varnish on it. So now the question is, what other colors should we test with the pearl powder? Adding in more black would result in a deeper color silver. What would happen if we added purple? Comment below and let me know what colors you would like for me to try out next. That's it from me today, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye.